And then one fairy night, May became June. Noisiest bird on the planet. Boo, 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 boo. Hi, I'm Trish, and welcome to Beanbag Hagwag. It's June, and I just have a few short weeks to relish in being 58 years old. I will be 59, and I'm going to make the last year in my 50s a good one. I don't know why, but turning 60 will be a whole new ball game for me. I love being in my 50s. I started my new planner or bullet journal or whatever you want to call it. It's like a new school year. Everything is fresh, and I feel motivated to make some wonderful memories. One page in my journal has a place to put different places I want to see this year, different things I want to experience, different trails to walk, and parks to go to. Where's it coming from? So last week, my husband and I took a walk at Central Park in Roseville. We walked around Lake Bennett. There's a trail around the lake, and it was beautiful, of course. There are so many trails and parks that I have never been to in St. Paul and Minneapolis. And our cities are full of them, and they are just waiting for me to visit them.
I don't know where we're going.
I don't either. But I smell lilacs. Oh, it is pretty. Do you want to go this way?
Yeah. Hey, squirrel.
Hey, squirrel. I wonder where that hole goes. Huh. This park is really big.
Some kind of
hawkish bird.
Big.
Today is far too hot to walk or garden or do just about anything. That's the thing about Minnesota. The weather is always extreme. It's either extremely cold and snowy or extremely hot and humid. You have to make sure to enjoy those days that are just perfect. And we do have so many days that are just perfect. Today is not one of them, and I'm thankful for my 3 friggin' air conditioners that are keeping my big old house cool. I want to take a look around my garden, though, before it gets too hot, and I thought I'd take you with me. I actually have a pretty small yard. But it's enough. It's enough for me to grow what I want to grow. This is my gigantic mullein. This is what I make those torches out of. And we were going to put a new post here for our stairway railing. But we're going to try to do it without having to destroy this beautiful plant. That one will make an amazing torch. I have a few more. We took them out of the front because they were just too much out there. I like them back here anyway, where I can watch them grow. Here I have some vegetable seeds planted. I haven't separated them yet, thinned them out. But I have radishes and scallions and beets here. And we get milkweed, a lot of milkweed, because, I love milkweed. So I let the seeds go everywhere. Over here I have cucumbers, and I do see that a few have sprouted, so that's good. This is, my day off, and I probably should be weeding today, but it's going to be 90 degrees, and the humidity is like upper 60s. So yeah, too hot to be doing too much out here. I have spinach in here, and these will be my black-eyed Susans. They kind of go wild. They go everywhere. I have nettle on the ground, just about everywhere. It spreads really well. It's great ground cover. And I still haven't put anything in my little pig. I have daisies, and they look like they're about ready to bloom. And Mom's back there. Some more black-eyed Susan, and of course some phlox and ferns. They just come up everywhere. This is Annie's garden, my little black cat. We lost her a few years ago. And one iris. I had so many irises planted over here, and only one of them came back. Summer was really hot and dry, and winter was really cold, really freaking cold, and so much snow, and it lasted forever. So when I planted this, it was just a small little bunch that I planted, and they all had the white flowers like this. And after a couple of years, all the flowers started turning purple. And I'm serious, this is like 15 years old. And it's huge now. I'm surprised I have some white ones, because I haven't seen white ones in, oh my God, so many years. But I just love the ground cover. It's so beautiful. Last year, my husband put little smile faces on some of the daisies for me, and as I was watering my garden, I noticed them, and it just brought me so much joy. He does little things like that all the time. I have raspberries kind of in here wherever. Looks like I'm getting some little blossoms on them. And my hostas. I have rhubarb. It's pretty plush. A lot of raspberries in here this year. They're even in here. And this vine, I don't know what it is, but it's every frickin' where, and it just crowds everything out. It just chokes everything. It was climbing up the lilac tree. It's everywhere. Okay, and here I have squash and assorted peppers. There's celery and broccoli and 4 tomato plants. And of course, by my garden gate, lavender. I'm so thankful my hydrangea came back. I love this one. Wait, this is just a few years old. Oh, look at their peonies have bloomed next door. Those are gorgeous. Oh, those are so pretty. They're a little different than mine. Here's some irises and some wild geranium. I got hostas and asters in here. And there's some more black-eyed Susan. Like I say, it comes up everywhere. And this is a clematis, and it looks like she's gonna bloom. This is just a year old. I bought her last year. My peonies are ready to pop. They'll be so beautiful. And these are my husband's irises that he planted last, I think 2 or 3 years ago. This is Honey's garden. We lost Honey 2 months ago. So she's in here. Oh yeah, it's pretty big, guys. It's a lot of work. Oh, my herbs. I have 2 kinds of sage this year. And this thyme has come back year after year. We have chives and basil, rosemary and tarragon. Oh, everything needs weeding. And then a couple kinds of parsley. I also planted some cilantro in here, and I think that's my cilantro coming. There's my pool when it's not in use. That's my little pool. I have a bigger one that I can just get right into, which, you do when you're old and you don't care. Marigolds. I have rhubarb. I want to make some rhubarb bread. And there's more daisies. I can't remember what this is called, but this came from the house I grew up in. This, it's a succulent, I think. And I have it all over in here. There's still some lily of the valley with blossoms on them. Okay, so this one's the Blazing Star, and gosh, I just love this one. It gets pretty tall with these beautiful purple flowers on them. They're kind of shaped like a cattail almost on top, but instead of being a cattail, it's got these beautiful purple flowers. We have some thistle. I'm trying to keep that under control. I like to have a little bit, but it can get pretty invasive. As do the phlox, which I have coming up here. That's a balloon flower. They get pretty little balloon-like purple flowers on them. This is another balloon flower. And this is my gardening bench. Yeah, it's in rough shape. I'm going to have my husband make a new one pretty soon, because this one's it's getting pretty wobbly, and yeah. These are all phlox, and they'll be so pretty when they bloom. I'm hoping they get as tall as they're supposed to. They get pretty tall. Last year they didn't do so well. But, yeah, I have a lot of weeding to do still. I haven't weeded in here at all. There's trees coming up. And this is the front. I have a hydrangea here that's just starting to leaf out. I need to get some of that dead wood off of it. And this is a kind of sage, actually, and it's just gorgeous. We don't know what we want to do out here. I think we want to plant a bunch of black-eyed Susans out here, because I think the yellow would go good with the purple, and the red. It'll be nice to have the red background of the house. Okay, these are like such a nuisance. We haven't cleaned them up yet because they haven't all fallen off that maple tree yet. And this is another milkweed. This one comes in the same spot every year. I usually have, oh my goodness, it's pretty weedy again. I usually have a lot of irises here, but this year, not so much. It looks like some of the irises have come up, but they're not looking like they're gonna bloom. Oh, I live on a busy street. Too busy. One day I want to get out of this city. I wish I could take my house with me. Roses. So all of these plants, pretty much, I use in my magical practice and my cooking. So many of them are edible. Roses are edible. Lilacs are edible. So many. We lost our tree, and we got to get rid of these. They're just shoots coming up from where the tree was. But we did get a new one. And the last two we've had have gotten run over by a car. So I hope this one can make it. Those trees were planted at the same time. Those trees across the street, those two little ones. And it's just a young guy that lives there, and he never waters. So my husband's had to go back there a few times. And he's gone over there a few times and put a bucket of water on those poor trees. They'll never make it if he doesn't water them. This is my granite stone. I love having a piece of granite out in the front. It's one of my favorite stones, and it's so abundant in this area. People forget about granite because it's not as beautiful as some stones, but I'm doing my garden. It's not as beautiful as some stones, but I think it's beautiful. It's a good protector. Most of this is all perennials. I just add a few annuals. Oh, it's so noisy, guys. Maybe it just feels noisier because it's so fucking hot and it's annoying. I don't know. So most of my plants are perennials. I do add some annuals in pots, and like these petunias don't come up on their own. I put them there. But the rest of them come up every year, and I just have to weed them. These hostas here are from my childhood home. They don't do really well here. I've had them here for, so many years, probably as long as I've lived here, which is, 30 years, you guys, and they just don't do well here. They're a little better over here, where I have a clump of them, but I don't know, maybe I just need to move them. I don't know if they're getting too much morning sun. They might just be getting too much sun, maybe. I don't know. And that's not on my list of priorities, I guess. I got quite a nice garden going on over there. Yeah, my chair didn't make it over the winter. I always put this little pot of moss roses on this chair. My dad loved moss roses. They were his favorite flower. And I always keep them on this chair. Reminds me of my daddy. These are coral bells. I just love my garden so much. I wish I could have this all year long. Minnesota. Woo-hoo, it's hot. It is so hot out.
Not bad. You're out there standing in the sun.
Yeah, I'm going to water back here before it gets sunny. I have already harvested some lilacs and lilies of the valley. My irises have been blooming, and now my peonies are just about ready to pop. I love that about the garden. Something is always blooming. It ebbs and flows. The flowers all have their own time to shine. Kind of like life, it ebbs and flows as well. Something is always blooming, and there is always a blessing right around the corner. Something to be grateful for if you just stop to notice it. My garden is a work in progress. I am a work in progress. This is a busy month. It is my birthday month and my husband's birthday month, and it's also our 15th wedding anniversary. We married right here at home in the backyard. I also have my girls' trip coming up. I love June. It is full of joyous occasions, and it's nice to have all of you to share them with. Strive to be happy. So this happened here in Minnesota. I am no longer a criminal.